right. What is going on, everybody? Thursday night. That's right. That means that you are here for Wrestling Outlet. I am Boxman, and of course, across from me is that beautiful man, as always. What is going on, my man?
That is right. First generation Smart Wahlberg. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. It's been a fucking crazy week. My wife got a spinal stimulator yesterday.
Is that what they're calling it now?
No, she really got a surgery yesterday and got a spinal stimulator. But yeah, it went well. She's been home since yesterday. We were supposed to get in there at 1. Didn't happen until 3. Put it this way, we didn't leave the fucking hospital till 6, and we got there at 10:30. So Jesus Christ, for a 1-hour procedure.
Oof.
Yeah,
it's like 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. or 6 p.m.
No.
to 10 p.m.
No. We got there at 10:30 in the morning, and we didn't leave until 6 p.m. It was horrible. I say. Horrible.
It's funny, my comprehension skills were so shitty that I gave you 2 options and neither were correct.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a real good reason to schedule surgeries early, because we drove around that place for fucking 10 minutes looking for a parking spot. So, craziness looking for a parking spot in these small town hospitals. But we found one, and we got it done, and that's about it, man. Otherwise, it's just been a really busy week at work getting stuff done, and a good busy week, though. So, that's about it, man. Anything going on up there?
Well, not too much in the day-to-day personal life, but thanks to an incompetent owner of the Dallas Cowboys, the team that I hate most, got probably the best player on defense for the next 4 years. So that's going to be fun.
All right.
My team is doomed, and the season hasn't even started yet. We'd love to see that show. More about that on Tuesday, 8:30
p.m. Cheap plug.
That's right.
I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you one bit. But obviously, folks, there's been one thing a lot of people have been talking about most of the week, and that's
Forbidden Door.
That's right, AEW Forbidden Door and Dynamite. So we are going to kick off with that. No, I'm just kidding, folks. We're not. We will talk about that a little bit later, but we are going to go ahead and we will kick off in just a bit here and start talking about the Raja Jackson incident with Syko Stu and what happened there. We'll go through that, and that's gonna be crazy. Smark's getting pissed over here. I can see it in his eyes. He looks like the Hulk over here.
Mm-hmm. And that's just because I'm wearing green, but also because I'm on steroids. I mean,
Oh wow! Oh hey! Secrets.
Lou Ferrigno was on steroids, wasn't he? I know he's on a lot of other shit.
Lou Ferrigno? No. He just ate a lot of chicken, like Scott Steiner. A lot of chicken in the back.
That's right. 2 chicken, 1 asparagus. Getting down.
Yep, that's it, man. That's how you do it. So yeah, that was Lou Ferrigno's diet. No, I think him and Arnold both admitted they were doing roids. So yeah, I would say yeah. But man, and you know what? Speaking of Hulk, that's what I've been doing for the past week, is watching fucking superhero movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think last week I said I had watched all the Spider-Mans, right?
Yep.
So I went ahead and watched all the Supermans, including the new one. I went ahead and just said fuck it and watched it.
I know how much you love James Gunn.
I'll tell you the truth. I didn't care for the guy who played Superman. I really think Henry Cavill is much better as a Superman. I didn't give the whole illegal alien thing was PR to get everybody fucking pissed off to fucking watch me. All that was a quick fucking blip of a fucking storyline, people. Oh my God.
Okay, I don't watch superhero movies, and I didn't know that was like a subplot. But just the idea, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But just the idea that like I know that's not what happened, but like I like the idea of the part of the Superman movie where like Trump gets him deported for not being a legal citizen.
No, they did try to deport him though. They did.
Superman versus Ice. Wild
They
shit.
absolutely tried to deport him. I am telling the truth right there. But I watched all the Supermans. Not bad. Not bad. I went from the 70s ones all the way to the 2025. I watched the Fantastic Four. I watched Captain America. I watched all of the. Oh my god! I watched so many. I can't even think of what I watched now. Captain America, which pretty much just has to do with Nazis the whole time. Seriously, it does. Fantastic Four, I watched. Aquaman, I watched both the Aquamans.
I'm not a big superhero guy, but that has actually kind of always been part of the Captain America like backstory, canon oeuvre. Was that he was like he went after the Nazis.
True, very true. And I am now watching the Iron Mans. I still want to watch the Guardians, and I still want to watch the Avengers. So
Right
I'll get to it this week. I don't know why. I just got on this kick of watching superhero movies, and I it's like I watch one, and then I can't. I want to watch another, and then I can't stop. And I'm like, well, this ties into this, and then fuck Google, because it brings you all around to the fucking universe of how all these characters came together. And I don't know, man. It was pretty cool. But yeah, the last Superman was not as bad as everybody claimed it was. It was just, I really think Henry Cavill is a better Superman, and the girl who played Lois Lane wasn't a Lois Lane. But anyway,
I got you. I've been trying to get through like the horror movies from this year. I watched watched Weapons. I watched Bring Her Back. I watched. It's not a movie; it's a series. But I watched the new Alien Earth.
Oh, okay.
At the moment, that was good shit,
mm-hmm.
And not at all horror movie related. But I watched the F1 movie last night with
Ooh, I got that. I want to watch the F1 movie. I got that.
A bit long, but good.
I've got the and I also got the new Mission Impossible. Want to watch that too? Because like 2 weeks ago, I watched all the other ones, so I might as well throw that one on top of them. I'm not going to watch all of them, but I'll watch the 6th one again. Or this is the 8th one, I think. And this is Mission Impossible 8. Mission Possible.
It's finally just become possible. It's like it is conceivable that he could complete this mission. He's done so before.
Mission, we're doing it again. That's there you go. Mission, we're doing it again. That's what they should call that, the fucking movie at this point. 8 of them. But yeah, I'm trying to think if I missed anything else that I watched. But I have watched a lot of fucking superhero movies. I mean, there's 10 Supermans.
Mm-hmm.
There's fucking 10 of them. So I may get around to doing all the Batmans too. There's fucking like 11 of those too. So I don't know. But yeah, the new Superman wasn't as bad. Good story. Just I didn't care for either actor. And it might be because I just watched all the Henry Cavill ones, and then this guy comes up and he's like this. He's like frail compared to Henry Cavill. So
like a nice buff Superman, huh?
I don't know, man. I just I don't know. Henry Cavill just was a very believable Superman. This guy just to me wasn't. But I liked the movie and the storyline. Honestly, it was good. It just didn't care for the two actors. Otherwise, good movie. Good movies. I mean, shit, 10 movies, and I didn't like one of the 10 a little bit. I think that's a pretty good ratio.
Mm-hmm.
I do. All right. Let's go ahead and get into this. Raja Jackson, Quentin Rampage Jackson's son. I think we all know what has happened by now. If you don't, where the hell have you been in this wrestling world that we live in? But yeah, this was pretty brutal. What happened here? And crazy. You got a lot of people saying this is a work. You got a lot of people. Even RVD said, "Oh, I'm behind Raja on this one." Okay, RVD, we know what you're doing. You're bringing people into the podcast. We get it. We get it. But I don't know, man. This is a very crazy situation. This all happened at a Knox Pro event. Knox Pro president, if just in case we all forget, is Rikishi. Yes. And when I play this first video, I mean, there's a guy that looks like he's probably family trying to hold back. Raja. He looks like he's probably family trying to hold back Raja. He's even apologizing.
Well, if you listen very carefully, it took me like 3 or 4 times watching it before I realized that he calls him Oos in the video. Like, if you listen very carefully, like, it's kind of hard to hear because, like, Rampage's son is, like, about ready to kill this guy.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he might be family, but I'm going to, honestly, guys, I got like 7 videos to play of this. Noe, what's going on, my man? Noe, how you been doing, brother? So let's just start with how it started. How did it start? Okay, this is how it started. Let me see if I can. I think I can drop this in here, right? Nope, I can't do that. All right. So this is going to be how it started right here. I'm not going to play this whole video because we're going to kind of do these in order. But this is going to be. Let me get into where I'm going. There we go. This is how it started, folks. We're getting into it right now. Uploading video. Oh my God, I wish we had fucking the good StreamYard back. Man, we took it for granted, Smark. We did. We didn't know what we had until we lost it. We didn't know. But here we go. Okay, 100% analyzing. Oh, good. Yeah, analyzing my video, you motherfucker.
Analyze this?
Yeah, analyze this, you bitch. But anyway, it should be loading up in a second, folks. I am taking a minute here. But anyway, I'll kind of sum up as it's doing it here. This is all over an open beer can, number one. So, to the head. Not even a hard hit. But...
Okay, but it was established that the guy was not a wrestler. This is the first time that wrestler saw Rampage's son. Syko Stu was a wrestler.
Right. Correct. You are correct. But
so this is how he chose to introduce himself to a stranger.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, and someone might have said who it was, and he might have thought, why else would he be here unless he's doing something like this? So, all right. Here we go.
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, hey, I think that's what. Oh, you don't sell it? Easy.
Okay, real quick, we see. Well, hold on.
He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah.
Just said he's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Okay, real quick as a sidebar, check out my man behind him with the red and black gear.
Yeah, I do see him.
That hair is fucking wild. Do you see?
I'm
hoping
assuming
that's hair.
It looks like hair. It looks like a crazy, like that's more crazier than Hawk's haircut. But anyway, keep going here. And AJ Mana is behind Syko Stu here. So we have Syko Stu and Raja Jackson. When again, one guy is holding Syko Stu, who, like I said, appeared, if you're guessing, probably is family. And I mean Rikishi's family. Let's go.
You're
good.
What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it? Dude, he's not a fucking worker, bro.
What the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro.
Oh, sorry.
No, I will fuck him up, bro.
I know you will.
No.
We're good.
I will fuck him up, bro.
I know you will.
I don't play that shit.
Sorry about that.
No, I will fuck him up, bro.
I know you will.
Okay.
He also seems like he's a bit high, which is reckless speculation on my behalf, but he seems like he might be a little stoned. Or he's just Samoan. It is impossible.
Possible. It is possible. How do we get to that? How do we do that? So that was that. So over a beer can hit to the head, which the beer can was open, not even hit that hard. The guy still had it in his hand. So there was that. Now, I get it. The guy's not a worker. Wrestler shouldn't have done that. But again, maybe someone said that's, Raja Jackson, Rampage Jackson's son. Maybe he thought, why else would he be here unless he knows what he's doing? Rampage has been done a little wrestling before, I think, hasn't he? I believe so.
Yeah, he was in TNA, but like also, I see what you're saying, that he could potentially, like, he might think that he's part of the show or whatever. He's hanging out backstage, just Rampage, so on and so forth. You don't know the guy, and like without even like you hadn't talked to him before, like it's weird to just all of a sudden like assume that you're going to do an angle with somebody that you hadn't met before.
I agree.
It's like, all right, we'll turn this into a work. I will hit you with something. And it's like, all right, that is mistake number one.
Yeah, I agree. And the fact that he didn't sell the beer can should have been an immediate, oh shit, I just fucked up. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not saying
also say that like, okay, it turned out like later on, spoiler alert or whatever, but he did end up apologizing to him after the fact.
Yes.
But I think as soon as he like bowed up to him and was like, hey, I don't play that shit. This isn't a game. I'm not working. Like, motherfucker, fuck you. I think right then it's like, all right, my bad. Hey, sorry. Like, just all right. If this is not going to be an angle, then shit, my bad. Didn't mean to do that to you. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But here, give me a second. I'll actually play that apology right now because I have that. That was definitely part of what I wanted to play because that was definitely something that should be played because the Syko Stu did apologize. So I'm sure he thought everything was cool. Everything was probably really cool. And it probably was at that point. But there was some shit that was happening that I don't think even Raja knew about, but here we go. Here's that apology.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know. I thought you were
I get it. We're working out. Well, he's going to come out on your match. I know you keep thinking we're working. We're always working. I get it. Yeah. I get it.
Okay, so sort of an apology. I know you're thinking we're working, but we're always working because we're working because we work. That's what we do. We're workers. We're working. Let's work it. Work it now. Work it, girl.
Well,
go ahead. Where were we? Okay, so there was the apology. Not a great apology, but an apology no less. It was an apology, Smark. So after that, everything, I guess everybody probably thought it was pretty cool. But right before it, Raja jumped on his social media. I forget where, I forget what platform. If you remember, please say
Kick.
It was Kick. Thank you. He was on his Kick, which makes sense. So right before, it does make sense
because he kicked that ass.
Yeah, he did. So I'm getting that video loaded up for us. We'll play that in just a second of him literally right before the event, literally being riled up by his own fan base. So
I'm gonna really have to show him like, you can't just hit a fucking can on my goddamn face. I'm really going to hit him. I'm telling you. I'm dead serious. This shit's not gonna be scripted. I'm telling you. I know all wrestling is script. I'm talking about what I'm gonna do to the guy.
Yeah, that was probably one of the worst things he could have put out, like done on social media for this thing. Literally telling everyone what he's about to go do. Now, I will say AJ Mana, the guy in the cowboy hat and the black vest, definitely egged him on. Because he was like, you're not going to take that, are you? You ain't going to take that, right? You got to go in there and give him that receipt. You got to give him the receipt.
Right. He egged him on. Also, there's like that clip there's an extended version of that where this goes on for like probably about 2 or 3 minutes where they're like,
right.
Oh yeah, sure. This is a work. Yeah, you're going to get him. Whatever. This is a work. This is fake. You're not going to hit him for real. And he's like, oh no, I'm going to hit him for real. And people are like, yeah, right. Whatever. Bullshit. We don't believe you. And then also there is a clip of Rampage, his dad, like while he's streaming, calling him and be like, what are you doing with this fucking wrestling shit? Like, this is lame. You're lame. Like, I think he found out what had happened to him. He was like, oh, you're a bitch for letting that happen. So like, this is like, pretty much everybody is egging him on that he's a pussy and he's not going to do shit. And this is, even if he does, it's fake and it's not, whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure. Hey, listen, he probably thought maybe that's exactly what he was thinking. Oh, everybody thinks it's fake anyway, no matter what I do. So we're about to see what he does as soon as Syko Stu comes out for his match. I'm getting it loaded up right now as we speak. and we'll check that out. This is a first of all, I want everybody to just realize what happened. This guy was knocked out like the second he hit the ring. Now, this is a 9-minute video. I'm not going to play all 9 minutes. It's going to take a few minutes to load up here. But 100%, this guy was knocked out pretty much right as he hit the mat.
Oh, and like before this, I think a couple of days, maybe a week prior, Raja had also like filmed a sparring session that he was doing, and the guy that he was sparring with knew, obviously knows the lineage, knows, his dad and all that kind of shit, and he may have potentially taken liberties with him because he hit like a jumping, spinning kick that just straight up KO'd him. So like he already got had that embarrassment with him, and potentially, I don't know if it's true or not because I don't know him and I'm not a doctor, obviously, but. He's rumored to have had suffered maybe some head trauma, which you get kicked in the head hard enough to knock you out. It is potentially plausible at the very least.
Potentially, I believe that was something Rampage had said, that his son was concussed a little bit. But I'm getting this video loaded up, folks. I think I can go here until it is. So, pretty sure I can. Yeah, I can. So we'll just take a second and go back here till that's loaded up, and then we'll get back to the video. But yeah, it was a brutal beatdown what we saw. Again, the guy was knocked out pretty much as the second he hit the mat. Raja immediately jumped on top of him for like a ground and pound. And yeah, you can KO this guy. Everybody wanted to KO this guy for a ground and pound. Luckily, one guy came in who looked like Timu fucking Sting.
I was gonna say fake Lance White or Lance Archer.
Well, no, that was the guy who saved him. The guy who first tried to save him. You know what? Not even Timu Sting. How about not so great Muda? The mediocre Muda. Indie Muda tried to save him.
That is actually low key a fucking great gimmick. Because if you were the mediocre Buddha and you're just you're not even Japanese, you're just some fat white guy who has face paint and spits packets of Kool-Aid at people.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh shit! I think this might be the video I just played a minute ago. All right, then we'll go ahead and hit this real quick, and we can fast forward if we need to. No, this is it. Okay, I don't know why I don't have sound, but I am not going to go through and figure this shit out.
You don't really need the sound.
We don't. We just explained it pretty good, and we can kind of talk your way through it. So you see he's in the middle of his match. Raja walks in the ring out of nowhere. Now look at the announcer in the background. What the fuck?
And
knocked out. And 1, boom, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Yeah. Now, as we saw here, we see not so great Muda right here again trying to save him. We'll go up. What did I do there? What did I do? What did I hit? There we go. There's not so great Muda coming in who can't grab him. Luckily, there was one guy, folks, who just took his ass down. I haven't heard many people talk about this guy. Fuck that. We're talking about this dude. We are talking about this dude. This guy's name is Doug Mallow. Okay, here he is, right there. Douglas Mallow, yes, I will 100% say he does look like a Lance Archer guy. He does. He goes by the Epic Douglas Mallow in the ring, and he jumped on him pretty fucking good, and I mean he held him down very, very well. Fuck, why did I delete that scene? I was about to bring it back up. God damn it.
I think, honestly, without even being over dramatic or hyperbolic, I feel like he may have saved his life.
I think he did. And you know what? I got another video we can play real quick of Douglas Mallow, who basically said he thought he was going to kill him. So you know what? We'll just go into that. Now, he literally held Raja back because he is a big Lance Archer looking motherfucker. Oh no, okay. Wait a minute. We can play that. It's still up here. So I'll fast forward a bit, but he wrestled the shit out of Raja. Look, grabbed him, put him in the underhook. Right here is screaming. People are screaming. But this guy here fucking stood up to him, man. And then a couple other guys finally jumped in the ring. But Doug Mallow, man, deserves a lot of credit for what he did the other night. 100%. He's still fighting him. With finally, people get in the ring and grab him. And Douglas Mallow was the only one that had the balls to go in there and say, fuck that. I am not letting this shit go down like this. So he did.
Like, cheers to him for having enough balls to do it. But like at the same time, like even if other people had the balls to at least attempt it, the thing is like the unfortunate part is like a lot of the people on, independent wrestling scene are not the same size or strength or pedigree that like the son of Crimson Rampage would be. Because like I feel like if a lot of people attempted that, like you saw my man with the baseball Furies guy, like he would have beat his fucking ass if he would have tried. Because like he once he got restrained, he was like he had him in the corner. He was like trying to give him fucking shoulder tackles or shoulder thrusts or whatever the fuck, and like he would have gotten his ass whooped. Like, it is what it is. Because, like, I don't know if you have that clip, but there was a clip of that where, like, after Rampage's son had left the venue, the guy in the fucking Baseball Furies outfit came up to him and was, like, trying to shit talk him. And it's like, dude, like, you are so very lucky that the cameraman for Rampage's son, like, pulled him back. Because, like, if he just let him go, your ass would have also gotten taken down and, like, punched 20 times in the face.
He had balls, man. He had balls to do it, and I do have that video, and we'll play that in just a minute. But real quick, just getting that quick video of Doug Mallow on there, and that's not a long video. It's only like a minute and 28. So here he is talking about the incident right here. Please have
when
sound.
We're in the ring and I'm breaking it up, and he shoots a fucking double leg on me. By the way, work a better fucking double leg, you fucking prick. And then I'm telling you to fucking calm down. I'm not even fucking fighting. I'm not even being hostile. Then you're trying to fucking work and get lower, do this, change positions, and I'm over here having to swim with you, all this other shit. And then you fucking punch me in the fucking eye after we're breaking it up, you fucking loser. That's why you got fucking headbutt, and that's why I fucking punch you, and you're fucking lucky I was tired from the match before this. What kind of fucking person are you? You fucking low-life fucking clown. You want fucking clout, so you beat up a guy that's fucking half unconscious. You punch a guy that's trying to break up a fight and not even trying to fight you. I wasn't even trying to fucking hurt you. The fuck is wrong with you?
So, do you think he wanted to continue beating up Stu?
I think he would have killed him.
If you didn't stop it, right?
I promise you he would have killed him. He would have.
That's a pretty big statement right there. I think he would have killed him. He honestly thinks he went in there and saved a guy's life. And as you said, Smark, he might have just done that. That is 100% possible. Fucking superhero movies, Douglas Mallow's a fucking superhero.
Like, I don't know if he would have, like, stopped hitting him after a little while, but I'm for sure that he more than likely would have just fucking booted him in the head at least once, too. Because that's usually what happens when you get, like, the drop on somebody, like in a street fight. You hit them a couple of times, and then you got, like, you're still angry, and it's not good enough, so you just fucking... How many videos? I've seen countless number of videos. There's motherfuckers just beating the shit out of somebody, then standing up and kicking them one time for good measure. Like, that shit happens all the time.
Yeah, I definitely think this guy could hold his own. He showed he could, because he was not letting go of Raja Jackson, so... Let's finish this up. We're at 53. We got a few seconds.
He would have killed me if he would have got the best of me. If he would have took my legs out from under me like he was trying to, he was going to do the same thing to me that he did to Stu. Clearly, you watched the stream when he's walking away. I'm tired of people fucking with me. I don't care how many times you've been fingered in your life, bro. I don't give a fuck. If you got a fucking problem with the fucking world and the people around you, change your fucking people around you. Change it up a little bit. Go to therapy. Get some fucking help. Don't take it out on everybody else. And then you want to train by one of the best fighters to ever fucking live, your fucking father, use his fucking clout, use his fucking knowledge, and then you want to hurt people that don't fucking train like that? You're a fucking bully. You're a bitch. Fuck you. Fuck everybody you talk.
There you go. I don't think it can be any clearer than that. He sounds like he was still pretty pissed off, and I don't fucking blame him, man.
Right.
Damn it, I got the chips in the background. Okay.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I saw that and wondered, have they always been there and I just haven't noticed? Because, like, I've been looking at you the entire time, and that's the first time I saw
Well, I mean, they have been there. These are the go back to school chippies. We got Lay's regular chips on the top. We got the Oreos up there, and the Doritos on the bottom.
Is this a confession? Like, when this incident was happening, you sort of just, like, went into the concession stand and just sort of took what was left?
Sam's.
Oh, okay.
We have some Sam's. We have Sam's here. We don't. The closest Costco to me is 90 miles away.
Man.
So all we have is Sam's. And Sam's, I don't know if do you have Sam's near? I'm sure you do. They're more geared towards like convenience stores, gas stations.
Nice.
That's why when I asked I want to ask my. Oh, you like it like this?
A little bit.
Shit. So anyway, I definitely thought we'd give a little shout out to Douglas Malo, because he definitely. Thank God someone had the balls to step in there, because Raja was just. He didn't look like he was going to stop. Now, thank God this guy had a bushy beard, because it looked like it definitely took a lot of the blows for him. But I mean, if you even look at the announcer in the calm down, Smart. Even the announcer in the
no,
back
I just mean like I don't think that would have done much of anything.
Well, why do you think those guys get big beards before they go in a fight? It takes some of the you don't get hurt as bad.
I suppose
You get a little bit in there, and he had a bushy beard. So, but I mean, it's just literally thank God for Douglas Malo. But Rikishi did well. Knox Pro put out a statement, which we've established that is Rikishi. So they did put out a quick statement, which I have here. It said what was supposed to be a planned and agreed upon wrestling spot turned into a selfish, irresponsible act of violence against Mr. Smith. I believe Stuart Smith was the guy's real name. The egregious act is reprehensible and never should have occurred. We apologize to our patrons and fans. A one-paragraph apology is all that warranted. A dude on your roster almost died. And that was supposed to be a spot. Well, Raja didn't seem to know it was a spot. The guy apologized and said they weren't working. So what's real here?
Okay, well,
what's true here, Knox Pro?
Here's the problem. Okay, let's say it is at work, and like it seemed like the idea was that it kind of got agreed upon that it was going to be they were going to turn it into it, right? Because like nobody, like people didn't come out immediately after he rushed the ring. It took a while, so presumably it was a work. It's far worse if it's not a work. That means you just allowed a random person to run into the ring and beat the shit out of somebody. Like that's way worse. But let's say it's agreed upon work. That it's like, all right, you're going to go in there and you're going to rough him up a little bit. He's not a worker. Like you established this, and like best case scenario is something is like it basically was what happened to Cody Rhodes with Travis Scott, where Travis Scott hit him, but he's not a worker, so he just hit him for real, and Cody caught a good one, but like. It was just a one punch. Like either way, you are setting up your wrestler to take a for real hit, at least one, from somebody who's not trained and can't throw a work punch. So like you're putting him in at least a mild amount of danger in the very beginning. Like even if everything goes okay.
Right.
And I don't know if you saw this, and I don't know if I'm putting the horse ahead of the cart here or what cart ahead of the horse. After he fucking took him down, punched him 21 times, he's fucking unconscious, a bunch of his teeth got knocked out. He has to get sent to the fucking ER because he's like knocked unconscious and all this shit, like he almost died. The motherfucker he was wrestling pinned him.
Had to pin him. They had to pin him.
He pinned him, and the referee counted. Like, they need to have this match fucking recorded on Cage Match, or else no one will ever know what happened. Like, how the fuck do you allow that? Like, I swear to God. Like, honestly, I swear. Like, this is not being overdramatic. If I was Rikishi, I'm firing the referee, and I'm firing the other wrestler. Because it's like, dude, none of the fans are sitting there going, and this wasn't even the main event. They stopped the show after this. It was like a mid-card match.
Right.
Nobody that watched that was like, hey, we needed to see how this played out. We need to know who won. This is bullshit that the match stopped. It's like everybody understood the match needed to be stopped and why. Like nobody cares anymore who wins or loses this match. You just watched a guy, his family was there. Like I think his kid was there too. Get his ass whooped like for real, and you know it's for real because like he stopped moving and he kept hitting him in the face over and over and over and over again.
Oh, he couldn't fight back. The second he hit the mat, he was basically unconscious. You even heard fucking Doug Mallow say the guy's half unconscious as soon as he hit the mat. He was more than half. He was flat.
Well, okay, he might have been half unconscious after the takedown. He was full unconscious after about punch 2.
He was 21. Full unconscious definitely after punch 2. Probably when he hit the mat, it looked like to me he was down and out already. Mm. But WWE did take a little bit of action. They did kind of get rid of all their ties with Knox Pro and the WWEID program. So that ID program is already going to hell in a handbasket. But WWE did take a little bit of action against this. Not only that, but there's a few more things. You know what? Let's play the right after. Let's play the right after video, Smart, because that's what you were asking me about earlier if I had. And I do. I've actually got it ready to go right now. So here we go. Right after the event, folks. Right after he got out of that shit.
Yeah, we're going to watch this wrestling show today. I think this shit's going to be cool. I think you guys will like it. I don't know.
Before and after.
Playing with me, bro. Real shit. One of them bit me. I'm tired of everybody playing with me and shit. At the end of the day, I'm going to stand up for my self because I'm tired of everybody playing with me, bro.
Tired of everybody fucking playing.
Now, and like, this does not make this excusable what he did. But like the way that he was yelling and the things he was yelling about made it seem like this was like what happened was really more so the straw that broke the camel's back and not really the main thing that caused him to flip out. Because it just sounded like he was yelling about things that weren't necessarily related to what had just happened. Maybe. And again, I'm not saying it's okay, but like if you've ever seen somebody like, I don't know, like fucking drop a bottle at the grocery store and it breaks and like they're screaming at the top of their lungs and they have to get thrown out of the store or whatever. It's like, it's probably not because they're mad that they broke a bottle of barbecue sauce. Like something probably led up to this.
Oh, I'm sure something did. Well, the beer can led up to this, I guess. I don't know. And I'm telling you, his fan base was sitting there on Kick, fucking egging him on. AJ Mana, you got to go in and get your receipt, man. You got to go. If this guy's not a fucking worker, you think he knows what the fuck a receipt means?
Yeah.
Oh, you just got potatoed. You're gonna give him a receipt. You think he knows really how to give it though? Obviously,
I don't know. He doesn't know how to give it, but I'm pretty sure you could put 2 and 2 together. You're gonna receipt, payback, that kind of thing.
He could probably look in his pocket, see if he had a piece of paper. I got a receipt in me. I don't. What the fuck are you talking about? Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now, right after this, Rampage did jump in there and make a little statement, and I've got that here too. It says, and I'm gonna do this real quick. Okay, it's taking a second. Okay, so this was right after a little bit, almost like a few hours after the incident. We started hearing about this throughout the weekend. So it says, here we go. I want to clear up the misinformation about my son Raja. I've been confirmed that the wrestler Stuart Smith, aka Syko Stu, is awake and stable. He was not at this time. That was 100% bullshit. Okay, he was not awake yet. He was in critical condition at this time. Raja was unexpectedly hit in the head by him moments before Smith's match. Raja was told that he could get his payback in the ring. Fuck you, AJ Mana, one more time. I thought it was part of a show. It was bad judgment and a work that went wrong. Again, I don't know who's telling the truth here because some guys, literally, we heard guys saying that there wasn't supposed to be any work. The guy apologized and he said he wasn't working. Now, I really feel, I swear to God, and I'm going to finish this. I think these guys were trying to save their WWEID deal by saying it was all a work. I 100% think they were telling people, you got to try to help us here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think was happening. I could be 100% wrong. That's 100% my opinion. So, don't take that as nothing but, Boxman being drunk and stoned, or
Well, I
half
mean,
drunk and stoned.
there's fucking 800 different ways that this went wrong, and like 800 different egregious violations of just like from the very beginning of like, okay, you allowed one of your wrestlers to just like hit another random ass person, like basically civilian, with a beer can, and like, all right, the beer can half happy, whatever. He didn't get hurt too bad, whatever. Like, okay, that's problem one. Like, you probably should have talked to him and been like, hey, don't do that. And then like problem two, you agreed to let a guy who like you had to physically restrain work an angle later in the show with this guy. Like, okay, does no one know anything about New Jack? Like, it's shit like this has happened before. Like, okay, yeah, it's unprecedented at the time, but then it's like it has happened. Like, people have gone too far before. It's like, all right, you agreed to let a guy who was very angry and like you had to work really hard to calm down do an angle with the guy who like allegedly accosted him. So it's like, all right, that's strike two. Strike three, you know that he streams. Nobody was watching his stream. The guy was saying over and over and over and over and over again, I am not working him. This is not part of the wrestling show. I'm going to get in there and hurt him. And nobody decided to stop this. He takes him down. He knocks him unconscious. He punches him again and again and again. 21 times. We counted. You allow your wrestler to pin him. You allow your referee to count. Like, it looks like you did not, like, do anything to sort of explain to your wrestlers, like, if somebody is knocked unconscious, you don't move them, you don't touch them.
Right.
You let the medical, like, okay, you didn't protect your worker in any sense of the word, like for numerous reasons. But like, there were so many things that went wrong here. Like, the only reason they would have been able to like even come remotely close to keeping their ID, like contract in place, deal, partnership, whatever you want to call it, is just like the fucking, the Samoan influence, the ties with like, The Rock and Roman Reigns and all that shit. Like, that would have been nepotism would have been the only thing that could have saved them. And even that wasn't good enough, at least for the time being, because they dropped them. No. But yeah, like, it does not surprise me that they're trying to be like, hey, just maybe say that this is a work, because if you don't say this is a work, we are absolutely fucked with the capital F.
Yeah. I really feel that they were making mad phone calls trying to get whatever they could get done. So anyway, I do, but let me continue with this. Blah 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 blah. All right, it was bad. I might be saying something I already said, but I'm going to rewind a little bit. It was bad judgment and a work that went wrong. Raja is a MMA fighter and not a pro wrestler, and had no business involved in an event like this. I don't condone my son's actions at all. He suffered a concussion from sparring only days ago and had no business doing anything remotely close to physical contact. As a father, I'm deeply concerned with his health and the well-being of Mr. Smith. That being said, I'm very upset that any of this happened, but my main concern now is that Mr. Smith will make a speedy recovery. I apologize on his behalf and to kick for the situation. So he even apologized to his son's stream. So there we go. Now that was again, I think after WWE cut ties with him, they were like, fuck it, we'll do what we got to do at this point. So there was that. Now, a couple days later, another video came out. This is a very fast video. It was like 19 seconds, I think, where him and his son were talking about the situation. And Raja blames the cameraman. It was the cameraman's fault, Smark. That's whose fault this whole thing was. That's whose fault this was. Not him. Even someone said that I think it was Mark Henry said that that Stu needs to take some of the blame for this whole situation, which I think is bullshit. But go ahead.
Literally, I was just saying, yeah. Good night, Luke. Enjoy your fucking next 4 NFC North titles, you dickhead. Love you. See you later. See you Tuesday. Yeah. Anyways, technically, I guess if you really want to twist logic, like if it didn't get filmed, you probably could have convinced people it was a work. Like
maybe, but I mean, look, we're in the age where everything is filmed, dude, and even if you don't want it to be, this would have been caught by someone.
That's the funny thing, though, is the only video I've seen, and not to say that there isn't more that exist, was from like the fucking Roger Jackson stream. So, like, theoretically, I don't know if anybody else got any videos of that. And if,
there was an alternate angle of them not being able to wake him after the pin, them not being able to wake him up from cam footage.
Okay.
They were in the ring. I really didn't want to get that footage. Number one, it was long. Number two, it's kind of disturbing. They're literally they literally thought this guy was dead in the ring. They thought he killed him.
Yes, but if it was footage from the promotion themselves, I wouldn't have been surprised if suddenly that accidentally got deleted. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I'm saying?
Wink, wink, nudge.
It's like, I don't know. We weren't filming it. We film every other show, but just somehow it just, our footage just been there was a glitch.
Oh, I mean, it was a fire in a garbage can back there is all I know. It happened out of nowhere. Somebody threw a cigarette. There was some gas, I think, in it. It was so weird. I've never seen anything blow up like that in my life,
We delete all our shows as to not incriminate us. I mean,
you ever seen anything like that, Oos? You ever see a trash can blow up like that, Oos? No, me neither. No.
Unprecedented.
Yeah. It was a freak accident. But anyway, let's play this quick little video of Rampage here. I'm sorry, Rampage and his son.
And you ruined it. It wasn't my fucking fault.
Well,
The goddamn cameraman's fault. I know he's watching this shit. If you watching this shit, nigga, how could you? How fucking could you? That's what I expected, though. It's all good. We gonna fucking figure this shit out.
Yep. Let's blame everyone else. Let's take no accountability. Let's blame everyone else. It was the cameraman's fault. It was Stu's fault. It was fucking AJ Mana's fault. You made the decision to get in the ring. It was your fault. Sorry. Once again, I mean, I've said before, life about choices. That was a bad choice. Bad choice, dude.
Speaking of choices, if I'm that cameraman, I'm making the choice to fucking hide for at least a month until the police take him away.
Shit. Well, in good news, in this whole situation, Stu is up and around. You see everybody's crowded around him in his hospital bed. A few of the Knox Pro workers that were involved. Not involved in the situation, but a few of the Knox Pro workers that were, I'm sure, at the event. So he is up. Now, what I've heard a few people say is, wow, nose isn't broken. I don't see any bruises on him. But again, if he shaved that beard, he could be all bruised up underneath there. He's got a pretty full beard. That's just like his whole face. All you see is a little bit of cheek. And if you watch where he was punching his mouth. And in like this area, he got him in the jaw a few times. Yeah, this guy might be bruised to shit underneath that big beard. So I don't know. And by the way, that was Nicola Roberts, former Baby Doll, who was floating that little conspiracy around. I like her, but she's a little on the Q side. I don't know what else to say. The Q side, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, right?
Well, the problem is that, like,
uh-oh.
you really can't expect people who spent, like, multiple decades doing a sport that is responsible for, like, a freakish amount of head trauma to necessarily have the most well thought out, put together ideas, especially when given free reign on social media.
Okay. I think I can agree with that. But yeah, now the only person that seems to be catching a lot of heat out of this is AJ Mana. I don't have a picture of him. We saw him earlier. He is catching a lot of heat in this situation because he is the guy that was kind of egging on, as we've been saying, Raja to go in and get his receipts and get and do this and do that. Well, here's what he said. He was on a podcast. I forget which one. Smark knows. Where was he on, Smark?
I believe it's called the F All Y'all podcast. It's CT Fletcher's podcast, who I absolutely love. CT Fletcher's the shit.
Oh, all right. There you go. Well, anyway, he was there, and he's basically apparently saying, oh, he was in character. He was in character. So here we go. I want to take a moment and address the recent incident at Knox Pro. First and foremost, my thoughts are with Syko Stu and his family. No one ever wants to see a fellow performer get seriously hurt. Oh, not seriously hurt. They just want to see some people get a little hurt. I understand. There's been a lot of speculation online about, I'm sorry, this guy just immediately sounds like a piece of shit to me, but I digress. There's been a lot of speculation online about my role that night. The truth is, I was in character. And speaking in the language of wrestling, oh, you speaking carny, you douchebag, you fuck. Everything I said was part of the show and never intended or encouraged real harm. Oh my God, how dumb does he think wrestling? You know what? Let me not finish that fucking statement. I'm not even going to finish that fucking statement. I'm setting myself up for a bad answer there, aren't I, Smart? One more paragraph. This was a situation that unfortunately got out of hand due to miscommunication behind the scenes. Wrestling is built on trust, respect, and protecting each other in the ring. Quick pause. I would not trust you anymore because of what you did. You told a non-wrestler to get in the ring and get his receipt, you fucking douche. He said, that's what I stand for. Oh, really? And anyone who has worked with me knows that. I respect the business, I respect the fans, and I respect the performers who step between those ropes. I hope we can focus on Stu's recovery and making sure something making sure something like this never happens again. Yeah, that'd be nice, except you were pretty much the one telling a guy who didn't know what the fuck you were probably talking about to go in there and get your receipt. And the camera wasn't really even on you when you were saying it. Dude, this is bullshit. This is all bullshit. This guy is full of shit. I apologize, but this guy is full of shit. Shit.
Okay. Here's the thing. Like,
shit.
Well, yes, the thing is shit. The bird's the word. But the thing is, like, okay, I could see him, like, realizing that he fucked up. Like, I could see him just being like, hey, you know, it's part of wrestling. Like, you know, all right, somebody hit you, you didn't like it, get your receipt. Like, maybe not realizing exactly that he wasn't talking to a fully trained worker and that, like, what Raj's idea of receipt was like probably wildly different than the way Mr. Mana intended it to be. I was just like, hey, fucking just hit him, give him a good one, like hit him hard and just let him know what's up. Not necessarily be like, hey, take him down and like try to kill him. Like, I don't think that's what he intended. So like, I could buy that, just being like, you know, I told him to give him a receipt, and he went way too far with it. Like, I that's not what I intended. Like, I could see that, and him being like, I'm in character, like, that's absolutely 110% bullshit.
Right.
But also, like, if I'm in that situation, that's what I'm doing too, because that's like the only like lifeline that you have. Otherwise, you are, and he probably still is. Like, otherwise, you are absolutely fucked. So it's like, that's really the only card that he can play. Like, I don't believe him, and I don't believe that he believes him, but like, he's kind of just having to do what he could do other than just being like, I really fucked up and I'm going to die on the sword, which is probably, morally speaking, the right way to go about this. But like,
probably. It's a shitty situation, but the main question going around, Smart, is... should Raja Jackson be in jail? Was this attempted murder? Or was this just assault? Which, I don't know. You know what? Before I say anything, I want to hear what you say first. I usually go on rants, and I don't want to do that. I want to hear you first.
I mean, it's hard to say. Like, I don't know if he necessarily intended to kill him. He may have, like, he may have ended up killing him, may ended up beating him to death. I don't know if that was necessarily his intent. But at the same time, I also don't know that particular branch of the law well enough to know if what he did still falls under that parameter anyway. Like, intent might have very little to do with it if, like, he's saying that he's going to go fuck him up and then he goes and fucks him up. Like, I've seen people, don't know if it's true or not a lawyer, people saying that it was could potentially be charged as premeditated murder or attempted. If he would have, no, actually, I've seen people say that if he would have died, it would have been premeditated murder. But, like,
no, see, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, again, I'm just saying I've seen people say, but like that's literally just me. I read online, so it's like obviously that could very well be bullshit. I am not a lawyer. I'm literally telling you that like it's not. I saw a message board post. Like that is the most grain of salt shit you could possibly, just take it with all of the salt, not even a grain, just all of the salt that you have at your disposal. Throw it on what it is that I said. I don't know if it's like, but yeah, like he probably should be arrested, but like what he should be charged with, I am not sure. He definitely did assault him at the very least.
Yeah, that I 100% agree with. And he never said, I'm going to go in there and kill the guy. He said, I'm going to go off script and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to beat the shit out of the guy. Or fuck him up. He never said, I'm going to go in. He never used the word kill, never said, I'm going to murder him, never said, I'm going to go in there and beat him and half to death. Never said that. Did say he was going to go off script. Did say he was going to fuck him up. I would say the only thing you could get is maybe if the guy died, you might get assault with intent. But LAPD is involved in this. They are investigating it. I think they may eventually pick him up for assault because this definitely was assault. But I think it's going to count on two things. Does Syko Stu want to press charges, number one? And will Knox Pro cooperate? They have to cooperate on this too, because this is how it'll happen with them. And if they're not cooperating, nothing probably, I got a feeling no matter what all of us think, no matter what all of us want, this is going to go completely unchecked, under the radar. Nothing's going to happen. We're going to be 4 months down the road and completely forget about it. Oh, there's still an investigation going on. Okay. That's what I think. I think nothing's going to happen, but I think the most they could get him on is assault if they arrest him. I don't think they're going to do. I really don't. I think fucking Rampage Jackson's son, not going to fucking arrest him. They're not going to do it. If they do, they do. I don't think they will. I don't think there's going to be any charges. I don't think anything's going to be made of this. I got a feeling Knox Pro at this point is going to be uncooperative because they don't want to sully their name. And that's what's going to happen.
I personally, this is all just conjecture at this point, just sort of speculation, predicting what may or may not happen. But like, I do think that Knox Pro would cooperate because I feel like if you don't cooperate, then you stand to look even worse than you already do. Like you've already kind of made it seem like you don't give a fuck about the well-being of your employees as it is, workers, whatever you want to call them. So you already look bad. If you don't cooperate, you look 10 times worse, in my opinion. And it's like after a while, like you're going to get wrestlers because people have short memories and there are but only so many promotions and people want chances, people want to move up the ladder, blah, 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 so on and so forth, all that bullshit. But like, I don't think anybody who's worth a damn would want to work for you if you like purposely didn't cooperate and you already like left your wrestler out there to dry and you put him in danger in the first place. Like that looks really shitty.
Nobody would know. I'm telling you, this is not going to be a big story. It's going to die out in a week. We're going to all be. This is going to all be forgotten in a week.
I think so too. But that's what I was going to say. It's like part two of what I was going to say is I could be wrong, and I wouldn't be surprised, and I wouldn't blame him if I didn't be wrong. But I don't think that Syko Stu is going to press charges.
No,
just be my guess.
I don't think so either. I really think this is all just going to go swept under the rug. Nobody's going to know nothing. But with that, I guess, WWE, we did say they took action and cut ties with the with the promotion, but also a couple of guys were let go from the WWEID program. Now, one of them was, let me put this up here. One of them was Aaron Roberts. Now, I don't believe Aaron Roberts had anything to do with Knox Pro. He had announced he was let go a few days before this. Now, Jordan Oasis and Ice Williams were let go, and I believe they were Knox Pro guys. So WWE is really trying to keep their distance from some of these guys. So Ice Williams no longer in the WWEID program. Neither is Jordan Oasis, who I've never heard of, or Aaron Roberts, who I've again never heard of. So WWE is really distancing themselves from anything to do with this Knox Pro thing. They're like, fuck that. We want nothing to do with it. And, this is going to be one of the risks for them with these indie shows and these guys, because sometimes these indie shows do some stupid shit. And guess who's going to have to fucking deal with it? At a fucking press conference when, WrestlingMcFuckety.com gets up there and goes, oh, hey, Triple H. So Knox Pro got up and there was an incident there.
They don't do press conferences anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. The conference call. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
The conference call. That's what I'm thinking of. I apologize. You're correct, Smart. Thank you for correcting me. But there you go. 3 guys from that program gone. So WWE cleaning house, motherfuckers. Cleaning it.
There you go. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think Jordan Oasis's finisher is like the Wonderwall or this Champagne Supernova? Or like, does he like pull out an acoustic guitar and just sing really fucking shitty 90s alternative rock songs at his opponent until he just like runs out of the ring and loses via count out?
They were considered alternative in the 90s?
I don't know. I consider them to just be a fucking waste of an audio file.
Oh, awful.
I mean, what would you call them? Would you call them rock? They're not rock either. I would say alternative.
No, they
pop?
weren't rock. They weren't. Pop, maybe.
Shit.
Pop. I would go with pop. Light rock, maybe.
Oh, let's look them up on Wikipedia.
Awful. Let's just categorize them as awful. I hated them.
I don't think dog shit is like classified as a music genre.
We can do whatever we want, I mean, say anything we want here. I'm gonna go ahead. I got another video to play in a minute. We're gonna get that loaded up while we are
sort of rock.
Sort of rock.
According to Wikipedia, it's rock and Britpop. So there it is.
Oh, I didn't even know there was something called Britpop, but okay, there we go. Hey, All right, Britpop. Way to go, Britpop. That's right. Pop them Brits. I don't know what I'm saying, folks. But I don't know. I just think WWE is clearing themselves out. But yeah, every now and then these indie shows do some stupid shit, and WWE will eventually be asked about it on somewhere, somehow, some interview somewhere.
I'll say 2 things real quick. Now that we've kind of actually discussed the serious element of it. 2 things. A, how shocking is it that an incident like this happened and GCW was not involved at all whatsoever? That is the upset of the century, in my opinion, even as somebody who occasionally watches and sometimes likes GCW. Not so much anymore because of the whole fucking Sabu thing, but whatever. That's surprising. And the thing, too, is after I figured out what had happened and I had heard that Rampage Jackson's son had shot on somebody, and I watched the video, the only thing I could think of was just I am so incredibly upset that the guy who he did it to was not Low-Key. It would have been amazing if Low-Key tried to shoot on Rampage's son and just beat the ever-loving shit out of him. It would have been match of the year for me. But
and speaking of GCW, Smark, there was
because that video would have been so. That video would have been so different because, like, your
True.
dad's a fighter. I'm a fighter too. I'm also a bit of an MMA artist. He's like, you want to see a cool old? You just like he like Loki like kicks him for real, then Rampage like it doesn't even get to the ring. Like Loki just like kicks him and then Rampage just like takes him down and just starts fucking bashing his head against the floor.
Well, speaking of GCW, there was a debut in GCW at their homecoming show, and here it is. Killer Kross and Scarlett came in to help Shotzi.
Killer Kross and Scarlett, both. They are here in GCW, and you thought Cardona saw a ghost before. Well, now he's seeing ghosts, ghouls, and goblins. And Kross got him through the door.
There you go. I wondered where he'd end up first, and it looks like that was the first one to get recorded. So good for them. They ended up at GCW Homecoming. That was a match between Matt Cardona and Shotzi. I guess they've been doing some bullshit on the indies. Well, not bullshit. They've been doing some pretty funny stuff. So there you go. That was them right there. That was good stuff, I think.
So let me ask you a question. So you didn't really talk about it, or I guess maybe I wasn't here when you talked about it. Do you think it's a work?
Oh no.
Do you think Kross is gone for real?
Yeah, he's been asked flat out if this is a work, and he has said no, it is not. No, I don't believe it is. Nope.
Junior says, sorry I'm late, but I can't stop masturbating to today's news. Take your victory lap. There's nothing we can do to stop you. You missed it. Here, for the benefit of True North, since he was not here when Luke was here, you missed Luke. Here you go. Long live Jerry Jones. And can we build Jerry his statue?
Oh my God, you went all the way back for that?
Yeah, I figured.
What the hell?
I mean, it was a pretty massive win for Packers fans today, much to my chagrin. So we'll let them celebrate because they're going to have a lot of celebrating to do in the next 4 years, and I better get used to taking it on the chin now.
Well, guess you're going to be wiping your chin a lot this weekend.
Mm-hmm. That's why I have the beard. Actually, no, that would probably be. It's probably counterintuitive. If I'm taking it on the chin, I probably want a clean surface to wipe off. It probably makes it harder to. Never. I misspoke. Never mind.
You know what, Smark? I really think you're kind of digging a hole here. Why don't we just talk about the next video I have to play, which is, I think we've established I am not the biggest fan of Lex Luger throughout the years. My dad would see him on TV and cringe and say, what an asshole, just looks like an asshole. So I've never been a big Lex Luger fan, but a video was posted. Listen, I've said before, I may not be a big Lex Luger fan, but what he's doing right now, the guy can't walk, and he's working with DDP, and DDP posted a video of Lex Luger.
Good Lex. Awesome. Awesome. Lex, you're literally walking unsupported right now. You have nothing. This is awesome. All right, grab that countertop. I think I'm more excited than you.
And she's got the boner to prove it. So I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. I was kidding.
Then Rampage's son comes running in and takes Lex Luger down, and it's all.
Oh man, listen. No matter my feelings on Lex Luger, that's great that he's able to get up and start walking a little bit. DDP needs to be given some sort of Nobel Peace Prize or something. This guy needs to be. We need to have DDP Day or something in this country. he does not get enough credit for what he's done for a lot of people, in not just in the business, outside the business, but I mean everything. The guy is just always, every time I've never heard a bad word about DDP. Number one, never one person has said, my God. Only bad word you ever hear is the DDP we see turned up to 10 on TV is the DDP we see backstage. He's always like that. So that's the only criticism of DDP you ever hear. Otherwise, it's always good stuff, man. So got to give DDP credit. Really, I hope he gets his credit one day, because he's doing a lot of good for a lot of people that had probably given up and said, you know, fuck it, this is my life. This wheelchair is my life. That's it. This is what I got now. This is what I got to deal with. So really good what he's done with a lot of people. I mean, you see those videos of these guys that are completely out of shape, overweight, trims them down, gets them going. Look what he did with Butterbean. I mean, Jesus Christ. You can't do a lot with a Butterbean, but he did.
I mean, he got Butterbean to the point where he fucking Butterbean wrestled Minoru Suzuki. I mean, wrestled is being very generous, but he wrestled Minoru Suzuki over WrestleMania weekend. I saw it with my own two eyes. It was certainly something.
Yeah, you said it wasn't good, but fuck it, he did it.
It did happen. He wrestled like a 5-minute match. Truno says if Cheese Man's wife took it on the chin more, he'd have less kids. That's for true.
Dude,
Steve Butler says,
love that. I love that we keep this shit going on this show. But go ahead.
Steve Butler says, "Why? I never thought I'd see that. Kudos to DDP for helping Lex out. Like, if he's not in the Hall of Fame already, just based on what he's done, like, you got to go DDP. Like, if you could put fucking Coco Beware, William Shatner, Michelle McCool in the Hall of Fame, like, DDP has kept a lot of people that are in that Hall of Fame alive well longer than they should have been. So, like, fucking give it to him."
Oh, DDP deserves to at least give him the fucking the Warrior. Talk about someone who deserves the fucking Warrior Award. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. If at minimum DDP deserves a Warrior Award for what he has done with everybody, with all these people. I mean, we've seen the videos. We've seen them. Go on YouTube, folks. You can see these videos of him making 100%. These guys make 180s in their life once DDP gets involved. This guy, I mean, talk about someone that needs a Warrior Award. I'd say that would be a great one right there.
For sure.
Yep. Absolutely. And that's it. But again, my feelings on Lex behind. I'm really glad to see he's up and able to take some. I mean, she's got him balanced a little bit by the back, but you know, basically unassisted steps. So good for Lex Luger. I'm really happy to see that.
Yes, that is absolutely true. I'm going to double back on the Lex Luger thing here in just a second, but Trunor says, "I'm here to give Nostradamus Smark his flowers. He called him Micah Parsons trade on tits. I did say I didn't care if the Packers got Parsons as long as it would stick, because it would stick it to Eberflus. I care immensely. I was very, very wrong about how little I cared about what would happen. I also picked the Green Bay Packers to win the NFC North, and I did that kind of facetiously, but I wish I would have put money on that, because now that shit is going to happen. I would have made a lot of money." He says, "Tune in the tits next Tuesday for more bold predictions." Also, you said that your dad absolutely hated Lex Luger, and I know this did not happen, but this is how I choose to envision it, because you have said before that your dad is or was a Elvis impersonator, or has done so in the past.
Has done before, yes.
So as soon as you said that, like, anytime you mention him, that's just the first thing that I think about. And so my brain just went right to a guy dressed in like full Elvis attire, full Elvis gimmick, the wig and all of that. Just like watching the TV, Lex Luger comes on, he's like, "Man, fuck this guy." He's like flipping off the camera, dressed in his Elvis garb.
Right now, that boy right there is an asshole. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Let me tell you something. That guy looks like a fucking asshole.
I can tell you right now, I'm gonna where's my 45? I'm gonna shoot the shit out right now.
That ain't nothing but a hound dog, let me tell you.
That's right. I'm all sugar, baby.
Let me ask you a question.
Baby.
If your
Nora,
dad
what's
goes,
up, baby?
Yes. Hi, Nora. How you doing?
How you doing, Nora?
Let me ask you a question. if your dad goes to a wrestling show, like I know your dad's not a wrestler, but if your dad goes to a wrestling show in his Elvis attire,
Yes.
does he then just become the honky tonk man?
He's actually in better shape than the honky tonk man, so he'd be a different version of the honky tonk man. But yes, I believe I've shown a picture. I don't think I have one on the computer. I have one on my phone. I guess I.
Not only do I believe that your father is in better shape than the honky tonk man, I believe that Lex Luger is in better shape than the honky tonk man. And we just saw that video. I believe that Buff Bagwell is in better shape than the honky tonk man, but he just lost a leg.
All right, I know I've shown a picture of my dad dressed as Elvis before. I'm trying to see if I can quickly find one and send it to myself, but I don't think I can.
Norm says, hoping all is well. Box is all right. I'm dealing with the fact that I'm never going to see my team win another fucking division title for as long as I live. So that's something. But
I'm all right. I mean, I'm sitting here today. I mean, you guys have me at my most natural form. There's not one drop of gel even in my hair. This is like the most natural. Oh, this is the most natural you guys have ever seen me. I'll tell you that. All right, I'm looking here. Really quick, looking through my pics. I got some pictures. Oh, there's one right there.
All right. Let's see.
It's a funny one. Give me 1 second. Let me just send this to myself. Mail. Do. Okay, it's going. Give me a sec.
True.
Give me a sec.
True North would like to know, was Boxman's dad a fan of Elvis, Kevin Nash, and TNA?
Oh, my dad wasn't even watching at that point.
No.
So no. He probably would have been. I would not doubt that one bit. All right, we're downloading the picture. We're almost there. I'm going to share it. I'm going to get it right now.
Let me tell you that Aces and Eights is all right with me. I really like that Eric Young, let me tell you.
I don't know how big this is going to be. Oh, hell yeah. There we go. There he is. Blurry picture, but a picture of my father dressed as Elvis. There it is. What do you think of that? Mm-hmm.
It looks like about what I would have pictured or imagined.
Yeah. He's probably 20 pounds lighter than that right now. This was probably 10 years ago.
Fair enough. No, Disco had good insight about the Raja Jackson Psycho Stu incident. Now, I don't like to make assumptions based on stuff that I haven't heard or experienced my own self.
Mm-hmm.
That is categorically false. I will go along with pretty much anything you say for just because I trust your judgment, but I refuse to believe that. It's easier for me to believe that Baron Corbin should have been world champion because why not? You can give him a shot, who cares? But I cannot believe that Disco Inferno had good insight on anything.
Yeah, I can't believe he had a good take on anything. I'm with you, Smart. I'm 100%.
Like, even if he just looked at the camera and said, "You know what? I fucking sucked." It's like, "Yeah, did you? I don't believe it because you said it."
I mean, that I might believe that. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
TNA released Hulk Hogan, James Storm, Sting. Oh, TNA released Hulk Hogan, James Storm, and Sting versus Bobby Roode, Billy Ray, and Kurt Angle. I thought for some reason I read that as though they currently released all those people. And I was very confused.
I mean, Hulk Hogan was released in a different way. By the way, he has still not been cremated, folks. He is still not. Oh, Smart, calm yourself down.
He's not really dead, is what you're saying.
No, he has not been cremated yet because this case is still ongoing. So that man is still sitting there. Brooke actually got to see her father just a few days ago, I believe, on Monday or Tuesday. She got to see him.
Well,
she said he looked ring ready. He looked ring ready, she said. And brother, if he could have kicked out, he would have gotten that fucking ring. I'll tell you that right now.
Back from the dead, brother.
Oh, dude, that would have been. If anyone would have done that, it would have been Hulk Hogan. Anyone. Hey, you never, speaking of Elvis, maybe it's possible that was a wax figure they carried out of Hulk Hogan's house.
All right, so Hulk
Maybe.
Hogan's still alive, Tupac still alive, Stevie Ray Vaughan's
That's it.
still alive.
That's
Fucking, who else is like? This is just this island keeps getting bigger and bigger every day.
That's it. All of them. They're all still alive. That's it. Hulk Hogan's still alive. I guarantee that's how it's going to go right there. We're going to see it. We're going to see it.
Do you think that the island that like Tupac and Elvis and now Hulk Hogan are all allegedly on, do you think that's like Epstein Island or no? Do you think that's why they haven't been found? Is that they're all chilling on Epstein?
Well, they're dead now. They all hung themselves. Now, NORAB, we immediately called AJ Mana's bullshit too, by the way.
This is true. Disco said Raja should be charged based on what he did, and he was upset that law enforcement had not acted on it. He also ripped that AJ Mama guy. I like that name, AJ Mama. Immediately called BS and AJ Mana's excuse.
So did we.
Yeah, I guess it. Surprisingly enough, I can't believe I'm about to say this with the mouth that is attached to my face, but apparently fucking Disco Inferno has a more level-headed take on something than Rob Van Dam does, which is shocking and unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, the only difference in what he said and we said is we weren't surprised that we weren't upset that law enforcement hadn't acted on it. We actually expect them not to act on it. So, well, I said that. You didn't. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Well, not basically, because I said I don't think Stu's going to press charges, so I don't think there's much that they can do.
No, but I was still the one who said those exact words, and you didn't want to incriminate you. How's that?
I hear you. And apparently, Norab says I got the King Corbin figure, so good for him on that one.
Oh, cool. Nice. I haven't watched any of the King Corbin superhero movies.
No, you're gonna love them.
Oh, Vince Russo has online beefs because it brings people to his fucking podcast. He doesn't give a shit, and him and Disco probably fucking talked out how to do it. No.
I hear what you're saying.
It's a work, bro. It's a work, bro. And we did immediately call out AJ Mana's bullshit excuse, and more than just the excuse, we actually called him out on more than one thing in that fucking stupid fucking statement he put out. But anyway, do you want to go ahead and get into the Forbidden Door stuff real quick, or you not even want to? I mean, do you want to? Yeah. We can do it. I don't have that much on it because it was what it was. It was a good show, but it wasn't like I don't know. We'll tie it all together. We'll do it all in one. Quick question.
Kind of not as good as I had hoped it would be, unfortunately.
No, I think a lot of people had that. I mean, I didn't see much complaints, but I did see people saying, I thought that would be just a little better. It should have been a little more exciting. I actually enjoyed it. I did not watch the 0 hour, but I do have the matches if you want to just run down them real quick.
Sure, why not?
All right, I'll run down them real quick for the Forbidden Door pay-per-view that happened over the weekend. We can read that first before we get into this.
Vince believes that Disco and Conan are literally reading emails that are portraying that people are leaving Vince's paywall in droves. Okay, then. It's possible.
Why is it always some like childish fucking story with these guys?
Don't know.
It's like Vince believes that Muffy is she likes Steve, and but Steve likes her friend, and together they're not sure what's going to happen. So basically, everyone just hates each other, and they're beefing online. It's crazy. Anyway, it was an 8-man tag team match. It was Paragon, it was Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, and they took on El Desperado and Yuma. I'm not saying that last name. It sounds like Yumora. All right. Anyway,
it's a lady from last week that was doing all the fucking stupid hand gestures.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, Paragon Yuya won by pinfall.
We talked about her last week and read her IMDb profile, and I already forgot what her name was. The one that was accused of them of bullying her.
I did too. I know we did. We went through all of it. There's Scuttlebutt. There's Scuttlebutt, Smark. We talk Scuttlebutt here, brother.
Scuttlebutt.
Okay,
there's Scuttlebutt about AJ Mama. He's upset at Stu for bringing in beer in the locker room. AJ Mama got beat up multiple times, so he brought in Raja to do his dirty. He got beat up multiple times as well, so he brought in Raja to do his dirty work for him.
Good Lord. Then on the 0 hour, there was a trios match. Smark, there was a Gates of Agony and Ricochet. They defeated Jet Speed, Kevin Knight, Speedball, Mike Bailey, who had Michael Oku with him. Gates of Agony, like I said, just won that. There was also an 8-woman tag team match. I did see a little bit of this. It was pretty much a clusterfuck. But the Triangle of Madness and Megan Bayne ended up winning this match. It was Julia Hart, Sky Blue, and Thekla, Megan Bayne with Harley against Harley Cameron, Chris Statlander, Queen Aminata, and Willow Nightingale. And we did see a little of the Queen Aminata stuff kind of drag into, and Thekla, I believe, kind of dragged into the pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. So, but the last match on the 0 hour was AEW World Trio Championship match. It was the Ops. We all know who that was. It was Joe, Shibata, and Hobbs, and they defeated the Bullet Club War Dogs, which was Clark Connors, Drilla Maloney, and Robbie X. So Ops took that one. Then we got to the main card. This kicked off with a tag team match, which was Adam Copeland and Christian Cage against Kip Sabian and Killswitch. Fun, nostalgic match, I believe. I enjoyed this match, Mark. I really thought it was a good match. I believe we both picked the outcome on this one.
Indeed,
yeah. Neither one of us thought they were going to put these two together to lose, and they did not. Copeland and Copeland and Cage did end up winning that match. It was a good match. I enjoyed the match. And by the way, folks, Mama Wayne is starting to really show them puppies off.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what she's doing.
Joe's over.
I don't know what she's doing, but keep doing it, Mama Wayne. Keep doing it, Mama Wayne.
For sure.
Oh yeah, we're loving it, Mama Wayne. Keep it coming.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, in that episode, Joe was over. Joe's usually pretty much over wherever he goes. People like a motherfucker that punches people in the face.
I didn't know we could do that. I thought we had to be a special person to do that.
Well, I think I qualify. It depends on what kind of test you're going to run.
Not that kind of special. God damn it, Smart. I like this.
Everyone's on the spectrum, from what I hear. Did you gentlemen discuss Jackson Andrews Sweat? He was not prepared for the government name. Jackson Andrews Swagger's interview. That's a really hard thing.
I was gonna.
Real quick. I didn't.
Go ahead, please.
I didn't really listen to the full extent of the interview,
mm-hmm.
but I feel like people were being kind of a little bit harsh on him for the idea that he pitched this group gimmick that he wanted to do. Where people were like, "Oh, he's a fucking idiot. That would never work. And fuck him." And blah blah blah. It's okay, you really think that he's the first wrestler that has seen a movie that he liked and been "Hey, we should do a gimmick like this."
Right.
You had Sting doing the fucking Joker. You had if you look at some of John Moxley's indie promos, he was basically just doing the Heath Ledger thing. There's been so many times wrestling has just blatantly ripped off a movie or TV show. It's it's not an unheard of concept.
No, not at all. Not at all. I totally agree, but that was pretty cool. I didn't know we could just pop that up there on the screen. We'll start doing that a little more throughout the show. Now, as I said, we're just going to tie in Dynamite with this. to make it a lot easier. And on it, by the way, before we get to answer Norab's question, no, I really didn't want to talk about that because I don't. I think he sounded like he blamed everything and everybody except the fact that he's kind of a shitty worker. John Cena played politics. Tony Khan didn't want me there. This, that. Everything was everyone else's fault. No point did he'd say, I really wasn't putting all my all into it anyway. So it is what it is. I really don't like getting into interviews because that's a different show that can talk about interviews.
Well, it's just Scott Hall came up with Razor Ramon from Scarface, so it's another one. Like, shit happens all the time. But, to Swagger's point, any time really that Swagger has gotten, over to any capacity, there's always been some outside contributing factor. You know what I mean? When he was over that one time, it was because of the Eagle. So it was just because you had some fucking ridiculous mascot running around behind him just being goofy, and people are like, "Oh, that's kind of silly and fun. I like that." The thing with him and Del Rio was they were over because of fucking Dutch Mantell, Zeb Coulter, whatever you want to call him. That's who he was at the time. But he was over because he had a manager, and then in AEW, it was Jericho basically did the heavy lifting for him. So there's never really been a moment in time where he was able to carry the workload by himself.
No, there hasn't really. So, whatever. But I really thought he kind of blamed everyone, and that's another reason I didn't want to talk about this, because I saw a lot of people I'm glad he stood up for himself, and fuck Tony Khan. Whatever, everyone. Yeah. Whatever.
But to be fair, that's also that's the wrestler's job. It's every wrestler kind of has to believe that they're better than they are, or else it doesn't work for them. Because I listened to an interview that he did not too long ago with Snitsky, and Snitsky was they should have pushed me more. I should have been world champion. Do you know how many T-shirts I sold? I was no, no one knows how many. How many T-shirts did you actually sell? Get out of here.
Yeah, but Hager tells this story on Valet about this this meeting, and Dax and Cash didn't show, and they were like, first of all, that's not true. And then he's like, and then who comes in? The billionaire's son. Fuck that guy. And they're like, Tony never interrupted that meeting. So I'm sorry, Swagger just sounds like a bullshitter. He got called out for being a bullshitter. And like I said, I feel like he never just said, I'm not a great worker. I pretty much got lucky. I can't talk, literally. Barely can talk. Fucking, I sound like Daffy Duck. Maybe Donald. Duck. Whichever. Pick a duck. I sound like one of them. And I'm just not the greatest worker. Maybe that's why Tony Khan didn't want me there for more than 18 months. That's why he only gave me an 18-month contract. No, it's, I guess he just didn't want me there after I had just worked this match and that match. Yeah, were you guy number 5? Literally, that's what you would have been in the movie. Guy number 5 in the fight.
But then, also the kind of the fucked up thing is I won't deny that it's over, but more to what we were talking about is just him being over for reasons that weren't necessarily him. I think the most he was over in AEW was for wearing a hat.
Yeah.
So it's just
yeah. It's writing down guy number 5.
Nobody remembers any of the promos that he did or any of the matches. They tried to push him. They really earnestly tried to push him pretty hard in AEW. And the hat thing got over because it was over because he was wearing a hat. It's just you can put a hat on literally anybody.
Okay. Question: did the hat get over, or did Chris Jericho get the hat over?
True, I guess. Hey man, you could say Jericho got the hat over.
By the way, I wrote down guy number 5. Guy number 5. Write that down.
Chavo and Heath Slater were the Soaring Eagle. Yeah. I remember that Chavo was. I didn't know that Heath Slater was. That's cool.
Yeah. 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 Well, back to this real quick. So on Dynamite, we're talking about the Edge and Christian thing. They did pick that match up. They did give a handshake after the match on Forbidden Door. Edge went for the hug. Christian's like, it's a little too early. You can see Christian's having a hard time breaking down this asshole wall. We know it's going to happen. Definitely at All Out, they're going to give a huge hug at the end of the match. We all know this is happening. And I was a little surprised. Speaking of great workers, you can't. Wait a minute. Speaking of great workers, you can't talk English. Boxman needs to let his Mexican housekeeper out of his basement. Look, man, no, not until she fucking finishes. My dishwasher's broken. I got to get my dishes done.
I guess if I could argue in defense of Boxman, keeping her stowed away might be the best thing for her at the moment.
Very true. Ice is out there, folks.
He does live in Texas after all. Like, he might. Boxman is technically unknowingly or unwillingly or just perhaps unintentionally being sort of a coyote to this woman at the moment. He's actually doing her a service for the time being. Like, it started long before all this was put into effect, but he's like kind of helping her at the moment.
Yeah, she can just stay down there in my non-existent basement. But anyway, these guys, and I was a little shocked when
it's fucked up that you're making her build the basement too. It's like, oh, you guys know landscaping. It's like, oh, geez, man.
Well, I did is I just I rerouted one septic tank to another, and I just dug that out and let her stay there. That's the best basement you're going to get in Texas is a septic tank. Anyway,
from the best whorehouse in Texas to the best basement in Texas.
Really trying to keep on this pay-per-view so we can get done with this. You are not helping. You are not helping, sir. I was a little shocked when on Dynamite when Copeland was cutting the promo. It was funny. Immediately, Christian started going, "So Dax, I hear you've got a father," and then goes to Cash, and Edge takes the mic. No, and then the crowd said, "Let him go, you sickos," and they did it. So, and that bitch is dead.
I will keep these observations brief, but like real quick, the first thing is like they're in the ECW arena.
They are,
and like the crowd is absolutely ruthless. And unfortunately, the first person you send out there to cut a promo is fucking Dax Harwood, which is like, oh my god, what an uphill battle for that poor man.
Yeah,
like he's not good at promos to begin with, and also the guy in the FedEx outfit that is like shit talking fucking Cash Wheeler the entire time. That props to him for having balls because like that motherfucker shoots for realsies.
For realsies,
he fucking pulled out a gun on somebody before. It's like that's a guy who I would probably not have.
Oh shit! I'm writing down 4 realsies.
In the meantime, Nora will ask, "What if Jack Swagger returns as a member of the Death Riders?" Please no. He could team up with Cesaro.
Oh god, no! You know what? Actually, Jack Swagger right now. You know what he's doing is he runs a trucking logistics company right now. That's what he's doing. I read that about 3 weeks ago, and I was gonna bring it up on the show, and I decided no. Yes, that Union story is a nothing burger. There is nothing saying they have to use union workers. They are doing nothing illegal. They can stay out there all day and fucking protest. Eventually, they're going to have to go get their fucking early bird special because that's basically what the protesters were. No, they are doing nothing wrong. Tony Khan has his own crew that travels with him, that he trusts, that know what they're doing, when to do it, how to do it. They do not have to use union workers. You know what, union workers? If you would go out and get a job, you wouldn't be out protesting. Go find a fucking job. Don't protest. Go make money. They are doing nothing wrong. The story is nothing. It is a nothing burger. Yes, NORAD. Thank you for bringing that up. And for those that don't know what he's talking about, the I don't even know what union it is. Basically, the cameramen and all those people, the backstage guys are all outside of the ECW arena protesting that Tony Khan is not using union labor to do this, to work these shows. And they don't have to. There's nothing saying they have to. This isn't fucking Hollywood. This isn't the way it works. This is not how it works. This is not a SAG company. They don't have to do this. So there's nothing going on. And I get it. Listen, they can go out there and protest all fucking day. Got nothing wrong with that. I'd prefer they go get a fucking job. They really should. If they, they had a job, they wouldn't have time to protest. That's all I'm saying. But it's nothing. There's no story to it. Tony Khan's not doing anything illegal. He's not bringing in illegal aliens to work for him instead of union guys, so he has cheap labor. He has his own crew. They probably travel with him, I would assume. You don't just use fucking cameramen that from wherever. I'm sure every now and then they snag a guy, but no, absolutely no. Absolutely no. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with what they're doing. And is the union being greedy? A union being greedy? Oh, no. Color me shocked, please. I am not a union guy. You got the wrong fucking guy to be talking about.
You don't say.
You've got the wrong fucking guy to be talking about unions. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude.
I will say this, since I haven't figured out how to do the overlay yet, I am both pro-union labor and pro-child labor. I've got to let the dog in.
No, I am not child labor, but I'm sorry, folks. I don't like unions. Look what these fucking teachers' unions do. These teachers should be getting way, way more. We should be upgrading, uplifting good teachers that actually get results from their students. And we should be doing something about the teachers that are not getting the results from their students. And these teachers should get more. These unions don't give a shit. Every year we hear teachers are protesting and wanting more money. Fucking give it to them. Give it to them. I could not do what they do. I never could have dealt with a student like me. I couldn't have dealt with me. I wouldn't have wanted to deal with me. So I couldn't have dealt with what they do. I think teachers need a lot more money, and you watch the videos of what some of these younger kids are doing today. They don't have the respect. They just don't have it. So I think these teachers, these good teachers, need a lot more. And fuck it, teachers unions don't want to give these teachers more money. So what are you gonna do? But I guess back to the show, folks. I'm sorry for that rant. I'm just not a big fan of unions at all. At all. Smark's heard my union rants. I think he's picked up on the fact that I am not a union person at all, which might surprise some of you. I think some of you might think I might be, but I'm certainly not. Another thing that surprised me on Dynamite is when Cope was up there cutting that promo, he said it's time for ENC, Edge and Christian, versus FTR. I was a little shocked he used the E, but I don't think anybody cares at this point. But they did challenge him to a match at All Out. I got to tell y'all, I called the shit out of this story. I'm going to pat myself on the back, which I don't usually do. I called the shit out of this storyline. I told y'all exactly how it was going to go. Going to end up at All Out. They're going to end up on boom, boom, boom. I done did it. I don't do this much. So that's what I'm going to do. So after that, we had the TNT Championship match. It was Kyle Fletcher against Takahashi. Another fucking great match. I'm really liking what they're doing with Kyle Fletcher. I'm not crazy about his outfits, but I really like what they're doing with Kyle Fletcher. I really do. I think they're building him in a very good way, and they're not ramming him down our fucking throats. They're slowly building Kyle Fletcher. They're giving him smaller titles. They're not giving him giant. They're not bringing him right for champion. They're not ramming him down our throats to be this fucking golden goose. Mark, not ramming anything down your throat.
I don't know if I'd want him rammed down my throat. That seems wildly unpleasant.
Kyle did retain, won that with a brain buster. And then on Dynamite, we had a little pre-tape promo from Briscoe. He kind of challenged Kyle Fletcher to a match for the TNT championship in Philly. What can I say? Mark Briscoe, love the fucking guy. Fucking love the guy. I like him.
He had his baby.
He did. I saw that. He on Dynamite. He had his little baby with him, and handed him off to someone. I'm pretty sure it was probably his wife. But
that was great. He was just like, "All right, take the baby because things are about to get."
What an adorable little thing, man! So tiny, so tiny. They're so tiny when they're. I mean, that was a few days old baby right there.
That's right.
I don't know, man. You see that, and you're kind of like, I miss them when they're that old. And then my 16-year-old comes and yells at me for something, and I'm like, yeah, fuck that.
I hear you.
I'll leave that ship at cheese.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming.
Go ahead, man. Have another one. Then we had the 4-way match, the TBS Championship. We had Mercedes 9 belts Monet come out against Alex Windsor, Bozilla, and Persephone. Good match. Man, I heard a lot of people complaining about Bozilla. Oh, she's green.
I'll go straight to
Oh, she's green.
All of them. I will fight each and
Oh
every
my
one.
God. Well, here's the thing. I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, let me check a couple of these guys' profiles. You got one guy that's like 450 with blue hair. You scroll down a little more. You got one guy that's got red hair and he's like 550. And it's like, who are you to say this girl's green in the fucking ring? Come on now. I mean,
she's only been wrestling for 3 years, and she's
not bad.
Like, yeah, she's got room to develop. I think I like her.
do too.
I've been a fan of hers. I think that when she does get a couple extra years to her, she's got a lot of fucking potential because she's already got the charisma to her, and she can do like the cool like power moves, and she can fucking do a moonsault.
Crowd seemed to like her.
So like,
the crowd seemed to really like her. So I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Because I'm not out here talking shit. Like, she is relatively new to wrestling. They said on commentary she's only been wrestling for 3 years, so she's going to continue to get better. I already like her, but she's going to continue to get better, and she's got the size, she's got the charisma. Like, I think she's going to be a fucking big star somewhere. AEW, WWE, somewhere.
I agree. I could definitely see her in NXT and then WWE 100%. Mercedes, of course, retained her title because that's what Mercedes Moné does. Then on Dynamite, she had a celebration, and she had Renee out there, which, I mean, that's the only reason to watch that segment is for Renee. Let's be honest here. No one cares about Mercedes. I watch those segments for Renee Paquette. That's it. That's it. That's all I watch for. She basically just celebrated her 9 belts and just kind of dismissed Alex Windsor. So after that on Forbidden Door.
Oh,
what?
She had a really terrible choice of words, or perhaps it was intentional. Perhaps she's trying to do the Tony Storm thing. Because the end of her whole little spiel was that she said, and I quote these words in order: "I'm coming for you, and you're going to like the taste ... of Monet." But she hit, "I'm coming for you, and you're going to like the taste." And I was like, wow. I didn't even have to do any suggestive thinking to that. You straight up unintentionally said something that was very suggestive.
No,
and also,
that's what they do there.
Let's give it a try.
That's what those two do. I think she was kind of being ironic, if you will.
Perhaps it was intentional, but it was like, wow.
Perhaps. Now, this next match on Forbidden Door was a really good fucking match, and I think everyone expected it to be a good match. And I got to be honest, I kind of expected this one to be on the pre-show, which was Zack Sabre Jr. and Nigel McGuinness. It was the flippy stuff we all expected, but Nigel McGuinness is he still did some really cool stuff getting up there in the years. But these two put on a really good match, a lot of respect at the end. It was almost like I don't want to say father and son, but almost like, all right, uncle and nephew, maybe we could go. But great.
I mean, I know what you're saying, but they're not going to put the New Japan belt on the pre-show. Like, New Japan would probably be pretty pissed off.
I agree.
That. And you have Tanahashi there.
Yeah.
So I don't think you want to start shit while the president is on your show.
I agree. But Zack Sabre Jr. took that match. And like I said, big show of respect at the end between these two. I am really happy we get to see Nigel McGuinness back in the ring. I have liked this guy since he was Desmond Wolfe. I think I say this every time. He had a bad shot, he had a bad rap, and didn't have a bad rap. He just got a bad break. But I'm glad to see he's still able to do it and do it at a pretty high level for his age, man. He's out there pretty much killing it as far as I'm concerned. So great match, though. Great match.
I mean, that's kind of the trade-off, is he absolutely did have a bad break. Like, I felt like him and Willie Mack, like, they both had a potential to do a lot more for themselves. Right. They just had some unfortunate, like, medical shit happen. But that's also, like, kind of, I guess, the trade-off is, like, he moves a lot better than you would expect for somebody who's his age, but also he's been away from the ring for a while, so his body's probably feeling a little bit better than your average person that's, like, in their 40s would feel.
Yeah, he looked really excited to be coming out there, so... Then we had this tag team match, which, wow, I was really shocked by this match. This was a three-way tag match. This was Brody King and Bandito against the Hurt Syndicate and FTR. I know I picked the Hurt Syndicate to retain. I think Smark might have picked FTR to win it.
No. I picked.
You did too. Okay. Well, both of us were fucking wrong because this came out to be Brodito taking the fucking titles. I gotta tell you, I was a little shocked by that. Even more with all this talk about how MVP refuses to lose to this team and that team and this tag team, but they have no problem losing to Brodito, which has been together for what? Fucking 3.5 months, so maybe.
I mean, I guess kind of a technicality, I guess, if you want to look at it that way, but they didn't eat the pinfall. Like, FTR was the one that got pinned, so you get the belts off of them without them having to lose, per se. So that's probably why they went about doing it that way.
Maybe. But they did get the titles, and we had these three guys in jumpsuits out there. And I swear to God, it took me about 1/10 of a second to realize, oh, look, a little guy with tall guys. Oh, look, it's Ricochet and those other two fucking Geo guys. They did not have to take the masks off. We knew who the fuck they were. But this kind of turned into the opening segment for Dynamite, where FTR was out there complaining, bitching. And then Copeland and Christian, we saw them on Dynamite too, and they took out Stokely. They took out Stokely. It was fun. It was fun to watch.
They were chanting "No hose" at Stokely.
That's right.
Wow. They did the bald chant, but then they also started chanting "No hose" at it. It was like, oh, this is gonna be a good night.
Speaking of chanting, dude, they had some great chants over here, over in where these guys were over in London for these guys. They had some great chants. I don't know why, but those overseas chants, they're very singy. They like to sing their chants, and they sound great. We in America just don't have the rhythm.
I think it's mainly like a soccer thing, because like a lot of the soccer chants are like kind of sing-songy like that. I would kind of argue, if I can present a counterpoint, ECW, they did some chant. They were in the 2300 arena. ECW used to do sing-song type chants, but it was wildly vulgar. It was like
true.
like somebody like sucks dick, doo-dah, she sucks dick all night long, like that kind of shit. Like, she's a crack whore, like that kind of shit. Yeah, they were just a lot more vulgar and profane about
That's
it.
the good stuff. But yeah, that was about it. We can go on to the next fucking match, I think. Which was Okada, the Unified Championship match. Okada and Swerve Strickland. They were really working the knee with Swerve here. I believe he already had a torn meniscus going into the match. So they really worked the knee throughout the match here. Okada did retain, which I think we both said, yeah, that was going to happen.
They really need to stop doing on the pay-per-views having Don Callis and JR on the commentary team.
Man.
Because like, I'm not going to mute it because JR is there, but then I have to sit through Don Callis commentary, which ruins my enjoyment of JR commentary. Which, by the by, JR kind of sounded rough. Like, I'll fight to the end that JR should stay on as long as he needs to,
yeah.
like, or wants to.
You know,
but he did sound rough.
True North Package fan has a very good point here. Why don't ICE agents just wear luchador masks? No one would complain. You know, I agree, and I think you need to take that to now. Is True North Packers fan from around the area? Packers fan should be from around, the U.S.
Yeah, I believe he's from Wisconsin, somewhere in that area, maybe Michigan, not sure, but yeah, somewhere in Midwest.
I think you need to bring that.
I have no idea.
You need to bring that to your congressperson, and say that's what they should be wearing. No, you're right. No one would complain. They'd be like, "Holy shit! Fucking Nacho Libre just picked up fucking Jose. What the fuck just happened?"
I just like the idea of somebody just bringing that up in a town hall meeting. It's like, all right, the idea was like, do we raise the school budget? Like, what does this have to do with anything? Please leave. So.
I like it. I think he's got a real good point there. And Norab, I think Smark agrees with you.
Norab knows what's up.
Smark's got a little crush. That's all I'm saying. Smark's got a crush.
She would be the one doing the crushing. She would stomp me the fuck out.
They think you're a little smitten on the big girl, Smark. I don't blame you.
Whoop my monkey ass.
I don't blame you.
She's about 2 inches shorter than me and about significantly stronger.
Well, Smart. Just wait for AEW to come to your area, my man. So after Okada retains, we get Don Callis. They're attacking Swerve. This brought out Wardlow. Wardlow comes back, folks. Smark, I want an over under. Wardlow back off of TV in less than a month and a half, or more than or more.
God, if ever there was a moment for push, because I think it's probably going to be about a month and a half. That was my thought too. Funny enough, but mine was 2 months. I was like, yeah, this will probably be over in about 2 months. That was my thought. My second thought to that was they showed the like New Japan commentary team, like before the match, I think it was, and I was sitting there wondering to myself, I was like, do you think the New Japan commentary team has any fucking idea who Wardlow is?
Probably not.
Like they probably got briefed before the show, but still, like I just can't imagine that anyone from New Japan, like, who the fuck is this?
Probably. I like Wardlow, but every time they bring him out, they give him this big push, and then fucking a month and a half later, 6 weeks later, it fizzles the fuck out, and they just stop pushing him. So I am not going to get my hopes up, but I would like to see a Wardlow push. Now he's in the Callis family, so Smark is going to end up hating Wardlow because fucking every time he has a match, Don Callis is going to be out there.
Oh, by the way, real quick, speaking of, they did mention during that four-way that I believe that Bozilla was like partially trained by Josh Alexander and that he's part of the Don Callis family. Do not fucking do that to me.
Oh, God.
Do not fucking, if you put her in the Don Callis family, I will fucking, that's it.
Okay.
I'm not watching the show ever fucking again if you do that. Like, just don't. Like, if you put her in there or you put Kingston in there, I'm done. I won't be able to handle it.
Right.
Like, just don't do it.
Listen, if they do that, we'll talk about TNA. So after all that on Dynamite, we had the Callis family come out. Everybody came out. They defeated Jet Speed in an 8-man and Brodito actually, and ended up taking the win. So Bandito loses their first. They didn't get pinned, but that's not the point.
Every fucking week, it's like they defeated Jet Speed. Like you just like that's a fucking scheduled tweet at this point. It's just like everybody defeats Jet Speed.
Pretty much.
They never win anything ever. Like fucking Mike Bailey was in a triple threat match with fucking Kenny Omega like 2 months ago, and now he just loses every one of his matches.
Yeah, nobody.
Like, what did he do? Like, did he piss off fucking like? Did he fucking stab Tony Khan? Like, what the fuck happened?
I don't know. And I like the guy. I don't see that. No, I know this guy isn't going to be fucking world champion or anything, but I like the guy. I do.
Theoretically, could be if you built him up enough, but like, he loses every match.
Okay, real quick, Norab. The last time Don Callis got beat up, we see a giant scar on his head from the last time he got beat up. Maybe he just wanted to take a break after the giant scar on his head. So, I don't know. I'm just saying. He used to get beat up all the time. After the scar on his head, he really took it easy. So, what are you going to do?
Well, I mean, to be fair, I guess to that, if you do, like, you get stabbed with a screwdriver or whatever, it's pretty hard to like make it a big deal if you like get shoved down during a match. Like, you pretty much went to the furthest you could possibly go, so you need some time to let that kind of pass before you let him take another bump.
Yeah. Oh shit. Then we had excuse me, folks. We had the women's world championship match. It was Toni Storm and Athena. Great match. I enjoyed this match all the way through. I thought this was really good. Athena looked great in it. Please do not just let Athena go by this, down by the side now and forget about her. But Toni Storm retained. I think everybody expected Toni Storm to retain, and was good stuff. It was a great match. I thought I enjoyed it. So Toni actually submitted Athena, which I'm sure will come up in a couple weeks. Then we had the Hangman Page match, the World Championship match, Hangman Page versus MJF. This match, of course, went like all the other MJF matches. Remember, though, this match could be won. MJF could have won by disqualification. He could have won if there was a count out. And, of course, he tried everything he could to win. But Mark Briscoe ended up being a very big factor in him, Hangman. No, I almost called him Rampage. Like, what the fuck? Completely different person. But Hangman, he definitely was a big factor in Hangman keeping that title. So Hangman did get it.
Real quick, I take umbrage with some of it. Like, not really, because I don't care that much, to be honest. But we'll just say for the sake of argument, there's in the match, fucking MJF pins Hangman. Hangman's foot's on the rope. It gets counted. MJF wins. Fucking Bryce reverses the decision. So then the match ends with like Bryce's back's turned or whatever, and Hangman hits MJF with the contract and wins. So it's like, okay, so why is it that like when it's Hangman, like fucking Bryce hears him out and reverses the decision? So like, why couldn't MJF be like, hey, he cheated, and if he cheats in the match, then I win? Like, why would he not hear him out on that?
Because the match was overbooked and shouldn't have been like that, and that would have actually made less sense.
Because honestly, I mean, I don't just full disclosure, I don't care, but like I thought that was going to play into like Dynamite. It was going to be like, hey, you cheated and you can't cheat, so I deserve another match or blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like something would happen, but they're just like, yeah, no, like it's okay for the good guy to cheat. Fuck MJF. It's like, all right, cool, whatever.
Yeah, no, all we got was MJF backstage on Dynamite screaming and yelling like he does after every pay-per-view. We get him screaming and yelling after the pay-per-view on Dynamite. And there were some there were more rules added to his contract that he has to give 7 days notice and all this shit. It was just a bunch of fucking yelling and screaming, which and then we did get a few guys down there when Hangman was out there talking, which gave us Kenny Omega to make the save. So we got a returning Kenny Omega. Every time Kenny Omega comes back, it's a returning Kenny Omega. He's gone for 2 weeks. Oh, it's a returning Kenny Omega. This guy returns every week. Every week he returns.
I mean, I guess like that is sort of true by like the letter of the law in terms of like it's like semantics, but technically every week that he comes back, he does return. It's like when that game show has like a returning champion every week.
Okay, we are gonna fucking really return every week. Then you'll see.
Hell yeah, brother! We've been returning for like 4 years straight now.
Fuck yeah! I'm surprised no one's returned us yet.
I wish the listeners would return.
Bow. All right, folks, with this lights out steel cage match. This match started with 54 minutes left in the pay-per-view. By the time entrances were done, there was 38 minutes left in the pay-per-view. And if you think I'm bullshitting, go check. Go fucking check. Okay? This was Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, and Darby Allin. Or I'm sorry, Kota Ibushi, Darby Allin, and Tanahashi versus the Death Riders with the Young Bucks. Let's just leave it at that. Crazy fucking match. Brutal match. Blood. Everybody getting all fucked up. Darby got a fork shoved through his ear. Oh my God, the internet did not like that. They didn't like that.
That did look really fucking sick though. I watched a lot of deathmatch stuff, and that looked really good. Like that was one of the more gruesome things that I've seen.
If you're sweating, your ear bleeds so good just with a little fucking poke.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it didn't hurt all that much, but it just visually looked great.
Oh, it did. It looked great. I'm not arguing with you at all. It looked great. It looked fucking great. But that match went up. Ospreay's team won the match, which was great. The babyfaces. I think we both picked the babyfaces to win.
For sure. Yeah, I said they were going to lose with like Tanahashi's last match and all that shit.
Yeah. I think we both picked the babyface team to win, and they did. That match did not end, though. After the match, Moxley and Claudio kind of locked up Ospreay's team out of the cage, and they started beating the shit out of Ospreay, focusing on the neck, of course, which we all know he's been having issues with. They're obviously writing him off TV. And, they did the whole thing. They jumped on the chair on his neck. And finally, we got the ops coming out, and they were basically lift up the cage, and the ops kind of leveled everything off, got Will Ospreay out of there. Then on Dynamite, okay.
Again, what's funny about this is just real quick is like, all right, the match is over, so okay, I guess you could buy. It's easier to apply logic to this is that everyone was just fatigued after the cage match, but like the cage, like everybody leaves, the cage, is up, everybody leaves. Cage goes back down. The Death Riders in there. They're beating the shit out of Ospreay, and like Marina Shafir just easily scales the cage, but like everybody else for some reason forgot how to climb the cage. Like I understand that they're tired, but like none of his like teammates could like suddenly everybody forgot how to climb. Like okay, Tanahashi can't because his knees are fucked up, but like everybody like Darby can't get up that cage.
She's light.
That's true. She also didn't have to wrestle, so I mean it's less of a like logic loophole than the MJF thing, but like everybody else forgot how to climb the cage.
Yeah, she's nimble.
She is.
She's light and nimble. Mm-hmm. Yes, I heard she once blew out a candlestick. Anyway.
Really?
Yes, she was nimble and quick. She blew out a candlestick.
So much restraint for not launching into an Andrew Dice cage.
No idea where that. No idea which part of my brain that came from, but anyway, to end this whole thing, we're almost done here. So on Dynamite, after that whole shit with the Death Riders and everybody, we got a pre-taped segment with Darby Allin spelling out all out in his own blood. So he's just writing on the wall in blood, which Someone has to fucking clean that. Ew, gross. Give me a fucking pressure washer, please. Dude, there's a few things I don't like cleaning. I'm sorry, it's shit and blood. And if they're mixed, it's even worse. But shit and blood are two things I do not like cleaning up. I don't get queasy from blood, but I do get a little gaggy from it. So I don't like
your version of this promo better. Just like the janitor just fucking scolding him, like, "Hey, buddy, what the fuck are you doing? You cleaning this shit up?
Who the fuck did I clean this up?
I don't get paid enough for this shit. We
Jesus
already established
Christ.
that I'm not part of the union. This is fucked up. I have to get paid $5 an hour to do this bullshit."
Look, dude, here's some fucking Clorox wipes. Go fuck yourself. Have a good day. But anyway, he's writing in his own blood, and they got this whole thing, and he's willing to die against John Moxley. It's all broody and Darby.
I actually thought it was cool, but like, also, real quick, how the fuck has there not been a janitor gimmick yet? There's been a fucking garbage man gimmick already. Like, how do you not have a janitor gimmick?
Well, I mean, what's that guy's name that did the plumber gimmick was basically a janitor gimmick.
I think that was also Duke Drosy, was it not?
No, he was the garbage man. I'm thinking Clyde something.
Drexler.
I can't remember. It was a plumber gimmick in wrestling. Clop Hopper or something.
Oh, TL Hooper or whatever?
TL Hooper. There you go. Thank you. There you go. You're the man. But this match did lead to Darby and Claudio in the main event. It was a pretty brutal match between those two in the main event. But after the match, Moxley and Gabe Kidd appeared. They basically were beating the shit out of Darby as it all went off. John Moxley ended up defeating Daniel Garcia earlier in the show, too. So that was part of Dynamite. And then Wheeler declared that Moxley would not be accepting Darby's challenge, but he was interrupted by a returning Hook, who was out injured for a while. It is good to see Hook back, and that was pretty much the end of Forbidden Door and Dynamite.
That was so weird the way that they shot that, because you had like fucking Yuta was there for the Moxley Garcia match. And then, like, he leaves and comes back and cuts another promo. Because, like, he cut a promo after the Moxley match. And then he had to, like, he left basically saying that, like, Moxley's not going to fucking accept the challenge and all that bullshit. And then, like, he comes back and cuts another promo. So just so that he could get beat up by Hook. It was very weird looking. Like, it just seemed, like, poorly mismanaged. For the record. Oh, yeah. True North is right. For the record, Jim Duggan had a janitor gimmick in WCW. That was like when he had like the hardcore belt too, I think.
Okay, I forgot about that. You're right.
I remember very little from like late stage WCW because I tuned out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, actually, because it was like 2000. It was like, well, actually, believe it or not, this is gonna sound so silly, but it was like 2000, 2001 was like when WCW died. Like 2000 was the worst year, and then they died in 2001. I was 10 and 11 respectively. Actually, I hadn't turned 11 yet. I was 10 the entire time. And Vampiro scared me as a child. So I stopped watching because he kept trying to set people on fire, and it scared me as a little kid.
Here, hold up, buddy. Okay. I got to be honest. We lost connection. I didn't hear any of that.
Oh, no, real quick. I was just saying, like, as WCW was dying, 2000. Should I repeat the story or should I wait? Mark is trying to catch his housekeeper.
I am here.
Okay, we'll try this one last time. It's not that good of a story. I was going to say 2000. Oh, no, it's fine. 2000, 2001, when WCW was dying. Because they died before September in 2001, so I hadn't even quite turned 11. I was 10 the entire time. And I stopped watching because Vampiro scared me. He creeped me out, and like he kept trying to set people on fire. And I was a child, and like I don't know if I necessarily completely understood what wrestling was at the time. So like it scared me. I didn't want to see people get set on fire, so like I stopped watching.
Oh, you're such a good person.
I was just a very gullible child that refused to believe.
A very gullible child. Well,
it's like, no, this is real shit, man. I was like 10 years old. I was like, it's still real to me, damn it. It's like, shut up. Fucking go to school. Go play Tony Hawk like all the regular kids, you fucking loser.
Oh, who doesn't love fucking Tony Hawk?
Oh, yeah.
So, being they were for Dynamite Smark at the ECW arena, I do have one more quick thing. Tony Khan did a little thing after the show. All the wrestlers came out and paid a little tribute to Taz. Even Tony came out, paid a little tribute to Taz also. So let me see. I was loading that video. I don't know. You know what? Let's do this the quicker way.
RBD came out and said, pick a hand, and Taz said, oh, fuck, not again.
No, I'm just going to do this a little bit quicker. We're going to screen share.
Hugsy liked how Conan buried Disco.
There we go. All right. Get a little. I'm not going to play the whole 6-minute video. I'll fast forward a little bit through some of these parts. But here we go. This is the little tribute to Taz. Tony gives him a big hug. Big hug from Tone.
I didn't realize that was Taz's music at first. I thought Tony Khan gave himself beat music, and I was just like, that fucking music.
No. You see all the wrestlers come out. You see they've all got the yellow, the orange Taz shirts on. And you see Tony has one on under his sweatshirt. Also. So that's about all I want to play of that. But yeah, they did a whole thing where the people were coming out. You see here, everybody was down at the ring. Tony did a whole speech. And it was all to pay tribute to Taz for basically building the ECW arena as an iconic pro wrestling event. Or, I'm sorry, venue. So, pretty cool.
Is unfortunately very much right. He says Smark's a Bears fan, so yes, he believes in fantasies.
Oh, that's not nice.
That's not wrong either, unfortunately.
It's not nice, though. Anyway, I think that's about it, man. That is all I have for tonight. That's it.
Sounds good.
That's it. So, anyway, folks, we'll be back here next week. 100%. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Right here. Wrestling Outlet YouTube channel. So always check us out. Me, Smark. And, of course, you know where else you can find Smark on Tuesdays, folks?
That's right.
Getting a little titty. Talk to him, Smark.
Tuesdays, 8:30 p.m. College football is back. I just got done watching the Boise State game before we came on the air. So college football, full weekend of games is going to be happening. We already made some predictions on that. The NFL season starts next Thursday, so we're going to be talking about that. Believe it or not, I've actually figured out a way for the Bears to counteract this Micah Parsons trade. So I'll tell you about that on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. on TIT. So be sure to just subscribe to the Totally Inappropriate Team Sports YouTube page.
There you go. That's it, folks. There you go. And Norab, you know my answer is no on that, you crazy bastard. I did not read the Stuttering John lawsuit. You know
Mine
why?
is yes, but no further questions.
No, you didn't. Liar.
Okay, no further questions, but of course I did.
I had to go to the bathroom. It was a gimmick, you fuck. Anyway, all right, folks. Enjoy this show. Thank you, chat room. Appreciate everybody coming on in here. Always love when you guys are in here. And everyone who downloaded, thank you. See you next week. And